Good evening. And last night on my first episode of my Game Talk series, Keep On Playing, I ended the episode with an allusion to a tale I had to tell about the evening's events, about my little Black Friday experience. Now, I didn't do any Black Friday shopping. I found it more preferable to stay at home where I was comfortable and have leftovers and play games and, explore my body and stuff like that. So, it wasn't until later in the evening after I knew everything died down that I dipped out for a little bit, hit up happy hour, and I swung by Target because it didn't look crowded. I don't do the Black Friday thing. I don't do crowds and lines. So, I'd see if there was any deals or if everything was picked over, mainly games and movies, obviously. So I get back to the game section and I'm looking around. There's really nothing of note. All the deep discounts were gone. And my Target has really gone downhill. Not only are there never any discounts or sales, but there's always carts full of shit on the end caps in the electronics department. Shit no one takes away, and I never see anyone in electronics. So I found an aforementioned cart of shit, COS, I call them for short. And in this cart, amongst all the miscellanea, I saw 5 copies of Final Fantasy XV Day 1 Edition for PS4. Now, yesterday was the 25th, and Final Fantasy XV is not released until the 29th, so I knew someone screwed up. It shouldn't have been in the cart. There were 4 or 5 copies of it rubber banded together, not even in a plastic trap, And, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to playing Final Fantasy XV, and honestly, I can't wait 5 days, but seeing it in there, it just incited this thrill in me. It was like, oh, what if I could get it tonight, And I'm not going to lie, I'd probably wind up on V putting screenshots of myself up playing it. I don't want internet fame or anything like that, but even if I only bragged to 2 other people that still wouldn't even care. I was like, how cool would that be to be playing FF15 before anyone else? And I'm sure there's people maybe that like dumpster dived at Square Enix and found demos or whatever that already are playing it. But anyway, I'll tell you later why, but I knew not to hold my breath. I knew the odds aren't good, even though I picked it up and was holding it in my hand. The odds weren't that great that I'd be going home with that game tonight, but damn if it wasn't worth a shot. So I'm walking through Target. It's got a beautiful holographic cover. I'm holding it in my hands. I'm like, I'm holding Final Fantasy 15. I first saw screenshots of this shit in 2006 when it was called Final Fantasy Versus. So anyway, I have previous experiences with attempting to buy games ahead of street date at Target, and they weren't positive. This particular one was 2009. In fact, I have it right here. Silent Hill Shattered Memories for the Nintendo Wii. I'm a huge Silent Hill fan, and people shit on this game, but honestly, considering all the Silent Hill games after 4 were relegated to amateur studios from America and Spain and stuff, this is honestly one of my favorites of any Silent Hill game that came after, they quit being Japanese. I loved this game. It was like a Silent Hill simulator. Oh, there's no combat. Oh, it's on Nintendo Wii. Oh, there's waggle. I don't care. The immersion, the atmosphere, playing this was such a pleasant experience. So I'm getting off subject. The point is Target put this out, and I think I even picked up on a lead from a GameFAQs post talking about how Target had accidentally put this out. And I thought I would try to get it. This was back in 2009, of course. And I had an employee come unlock it from the trap for me. We walked over to the electronics department register, which blocked them from ringing it up. And for some reason, they thought I might have better luck attempting to purchase it at the registers up front. So I went up there with the ex-girlfriend I was with at the time. We got up front. They said, "I'm sorry, we can't sell this to you." And I was young then, I was like, "Oh," I tried to, "Oh, I've got it in my hand. Can you please just sell it to me?" Like, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we can't." And the person I was with at the time says to the cashier, "Oh, well, that's fine. But if you're not going to sell him that game," talking about me, she said, "you can go home with him," implying that I'd make a fuss about, which I did at length. But interesting postscript, I wound up going across the street to EB, and I don't feel good about deceiving the clerks at EB. I mean, it's not EB anymore, God rest its soul. They're all GameStops now. I don't feel good about deceiving them. It's not hard. But I told them, "Hey, Target across the street is selling Shattered Memories early." And I decided not to buy it there because I wanted to give my money to you guys. And, of course, they said all shucks and blushed. And I actually wound up getting it that same night. A couple weeks ahead of street date, when Target had shut me down, I wound up getting it there. And I know that was '09, and I knew I wouldn't have the same luck with Final Fantasy 15. And sure enough, I went to self-checkout, which we did not have in 2009 when this came out, and self-checkout blocked me out. A polite girl came up and entered her, what I assume is an employee number to try to unlock it, and it didn't work, and she called a manager over, and I wouldn't have wanted to get anyone in trouble anyway, so if that was an employee number that she entered, I probably would have fessed up and been like, "Yo, I'm aware of what I'm doing. This ain't street date." But I'll tell you what, this little part of me, this walnut-sized little primordial core in the center of my brain almost thought about for a second pulling a sneaky. I'm not implying I'd take anything. I know this is YouTube and I can't talk about illegal shit, but I mean, like, could I switch it out with something else that I scanned at self-checkout? I even would have left a $60 bill. I'm not even going to talk about that. Anyway, the point is I didn't get it, but it was so exhilarating. I had it in my hands, and I'm not going to lie, I might not have tried the GameStop trick, gone over and told them, "Oh, well, Target's selling FF15. But, I went to GameStop, I'm not gonna lie. And, it wasn't even to try to pull the wool over their eyes, it was just to brag about it. But anyway, I know it's silly, but that's my Black Friday story. And I'm kicking myself for not have taken screenshots with myself. I know no one would have cared but me and 2 other people, but it would have been so cool to have posted last night, me holding FF15 like this. But that's my little Black Friday story. That was like my exhilarating, rush for the evening. Thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to talking about games again soon. Good night.